Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Libra, May 1st to the 15th, 2021, Libra. May 1st to the 15th, 2021, Libra. May 1st to the 15th, 2021, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Fantastic. Now the left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we have the Fool, which is a beautiful way to start, beginning of new journeys. We have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Six of Wands, celebration. The Page of Swords, which of course represents us Libra in the minor arcana. And this is a sense of us being a student, also having a lot to discover during this time. And this is at our root. We have the Hanged Man. Our hearts do not see things the same way others do, and that's not a bad thing. We have the Six of Pentacles. The repeat of the number 6 here shows a very nurturing, loving, caring energy, but this is also a sense of balance needing to be had. We have the Nine of Pentacles, not the 9, the 7 of Pentacles, so patience, and the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, time frame October 23rd to November 21st, and this is of course going to be amplified if we're born on the cusp with Scorpio or if we have a lot of Scorpio in our chart. We have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, time frame May 21st to June 20th. We have the Sun, which is blessings and joy and celebration, just the happiest card in the whole entire deck. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is interesting because we have this blessing, and then we have feeling out in the cold and long and alone, in a long journey around us. The Five of Pentacles is also the poverty mentality aspect of things. And then we have the Empress. So there's a lot going on in this time period. I mean, we have, the sense of love coming in. We have the sense of prosperity and creativity and bringing something forward into the world. It can be, for some, it can be having a child, but fearing the financial state of the world, of how we're moving forward, of where we want to be, or just fearing the financial state of things and saying, can I do this? Can I move forward the way that I want to? Can I have the life that I want to have? So those questions can be coming up for some, but there's also a sense here of being able to nurture what is being brought forward and feeling like I can't do that. Now that could be in the sense of a child. This could be in the sense of embracing ourselves as a child and thinking, can I break the pattern of hurt or of poverty that I was born into, even the poverty mindset. I might accumulate, wealth, or I might accumulate success, but do I always have that fear that it will be taken away from me? That no matter how hard I strive, I should always be pushing myself just a little bit more. That could be another aspect of this that's coming in, but it's going to be a sense of no matter what I bring forward, it's not going to be enough. And that's going to be something that we need to work on during this time, or not work on, be mindful of during this time. And when those feelings come forward, to say, no, things are out of balance and I'm not seeing things correctly. And I have to be patient with myself because life is constantly evolving, constantly transforming. And I know that within my heart. Now I have to have that come forward into my day-to-day existence and into the power of myself. So let's see what our chakra energy is for this time. Libra, May 1st to the 15th, 2021, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have here life purpose, which is the throat chakra. This is a time where we're going to see ourselves speaking towards our life purpose. Now, we can be speaking towards our life purpose in very positive ways, being very, happy with ourselves, but also in very negative ways, being very harsh on ourselves. So we're going to have to look at that openly and honestly, saying, what am I speaking forward? What am I thinking about? How am I ascending myself? And also just feeling the throat chakra and the vibrational energy of the power of the words that we are thinking to ourselves, that we are saying, and the way that we are constructing our lives, our souls, ourselves, and our existence. It moves us then to the energy we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Libra needs to be mindful of? May 1st to the 15th, 2021. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Prince of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it's also being caught up in other people's passions. This can be a person who is they're just so passionate and charming, and they have a way of sweeping in and just like rocking your world, but then they have a way of leaving just as quickly. So this is a sense of being mindful of that, of also being mindful of that energy in our lives. What comes in like a hurricane, but it's gone so fast, and we're just left with the damage that it leaves behind. So being mindful of this as we're moving forward, as we're heading on our journey, because we will have a tendency during this time to get swept away because we have so many plans for ourselves. We have so many ideas, so many ways that we want to see us move forward. And we have to be kind to ourselves during this time because the Fool is saying, I'm opened. I'm open to new ideas. I'm open to moving forward. And what I love here is the excitement, the purity of intention, the sense of a new dawn coming, but also the warning that we get from our subconscious side, our animal side, the side that goes off of instinct. It's like, okay, just be mindful of the way that you're jump starting, because a lot of times we can do things all out on paper and say, oh wow, this looks really good, or okay, I'm just going to go for it, and we don't listen to that side of us that is just a little bit more in tuned with the nature of things, with the energy that's around us, with our own, deep-seated thoughts. So if we jump and if we fall and we fail, the subconscious part of ourselves is like, don't take it as a failure. Take it as everybody needs to scrape their knees when they jump. That's how we learn. And keep on moving forward, because the Fool is the beginning of their hero's journey. Nobody looks at a hero before they become a hero and say, oh, wow, that Hercules sounds like a really smart guy. Oh, wow, that Perseus, who slayed Medusa. He has the right idea because everybody wasn't turned to stone when they went out to, slay the Gorgon. So here there's this real sense of I'm taking a risk, and people will mock and people will laugh and people will think that I'm insane, but that's okay. I need to stand in the power of who I am. And this is especially true for people who for everyone who's embracing that spark within them. And it doesn't have to mean that you live an unconventional lifestyle, right? It can mean that you're very conventional, but you're also very much putting your heart, your soul, your passion into things. You're looking at situations differently. It doesn't matter if you're a heart surgeon, right, or a dancer. What matters is the energy that's put in and the beauty that's guiding us forward, and the sense that we know that life has its ups and its downs, but to be the hero of our story is to take that chance and to move us forward and to be proud of who we are. And it moves us to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, and I always say this, and I know, if you're part of this family, you're going to think, oh, Dane, here you go with Hestia again. But Hestia in Greek mythology, she's so impressive because the Olympians just finished fighting the Titans, right? They just finished this huge, bloody war. And then the Olympians go, and the main Olympians, Zeus and Hera and Aphrodite and all those, go to claim their thrones. And they realize, oh, wow, I have one extra, and we need to have equal amount of males and females. So they're going to start another war. They're going to start this huge fighting and see who's left standing, and hopefully it'll be an even number. And Hestia looks at them and says, enough is enough. I'm done with the fighting. I'm done with the endless wars and bickering and anger and upset. I don't want to be a part of this group. I stepped down. And they looked at her like she was insane. And she said, no, I'm done. Have your thrones, have your glory. I'm going to go and be a lesser goddess. And she was a lesser goddess. She was a goddess of the hearth. And in every single Greek and Roman home, she was worshipped. She was the heart of every household. And that, to me, is more important than being one of the main, 12 or however many gods and goddesses there were? 6, whatever. So here, there is a power. There is a purpose. As we're moving forward, it's like, you know what? I don't need to be the person that everybody looks at and says, oh, that one. I can be doing my own thing, rolling up my sleeves, getting my hands dirty, going after my passion, looking at the magic that is within me. Because we have the black cat, we have the cats here. So we have the conscious part of ourselves, which is that which is tamed. And that's the cat that comes forward. And then on the side of the throne and up above, we have the lions, which is the untamed aspect of ourselves. The subconscious part of us that moves us forward, that looks at the new dawn, that says, okay, connect, see, understand, open up your eyes. And that's what we're doing. And it leads us to being able to move forward in victory to ourselves, to what we want, to being able to say, job well done, instead of, well, you should have just tried harder, oh, you should have just worked harder, oh, you should have just, whatever. And it's like, no, I'm going after the power and the purpose of me, and I'm celebrating myself because it's a job well done. It is a job well done to have tried, even if I failed, to have tried. And this is, instead of beating us up, every moment of every day, beating ourselves up, it's looking at ourselves and saying, there's heart and there's passion and there's brilliance here and there's beauty forward. And I am a student of how to embrace that energy of celebration of self, embrace that energy of not feeling like a pauper, not feeling like I'm always going to be on the outside, not feeling forgotten. Some of us, we might just feel forgotten, as if, everybody gets to have a celebration, everybody gets to have a connection, and we're on the outside looking in. There's a need here with the Page of Swords to be a student of who we are, of what we want, of our way forward, of what we desire and why we desire it, of cutting through doubts and fears and negativity and hurts and pains, but also being a student of our purpose, our throat chakra, our voice, our determination, our sense of self, the learning of the breath, that the breath is so important, that it isn't just, you breathe, therefore you're alive, but it's to be able to embrace the breath and the power of it. I have Wim Hof linked in the description box below. Listen to his beginner's one. I think I have the regular one linked there, but listen to the beginner's one. It's easier. It's beautiful. And it has us become in sync and in tandem with our bodies. And that's something that's tremendous. And it brings us to looking at things differently. Now, we start looking at things differently because there is a power around us that's saying, I don't want to stay like this. I can't stay like this. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Excuse me. Because we need things We need things different. But we are going to be different during this time. And our hearts are going to see things differently. Excuse me. And our souls are going to be driven forward differently. And so here with the hangman, it's like, okay, I'm not going to see things like everybody else. But my instinctual reaction is to say, I'm wrong. I don't understand why I have this wrong, or, what am I doing wrong? And every time we look at it, we can try and look at it like others see it, but we're not going to see it the way that they are. So we have to be kind to ourselves to say, okay, this is me. This is the way I'm looking at things. This is moving me towards enlightenment. This is what that stance has. The crossing of the legs is us moving towards enlightenment, moving towards a deeper desire, deeper understanding. And it brings us then to the Six of Pentacles. It's like, as we see that things aren't as everybody else says it is, it's kind of like with the Emperor's new clothes. It's the Emperor walking around, starkers, naked, and people going, oh, I love your clothes, because he's saying, oh, aren't I well dressed? And it's like, no, it took the little child to say, you're not wearing anything. Like, what the heck is going on here? So we're going to start to see things are unbalanced. We're going to start to see that people aren't saying what needs to be said. Now, it might not be the time or the place to say it, or, we can put our careers in jeopardy or ourselves in jeopardy. So we have to be mindful of things. But we also have to start bringing things in balance in ourselves to say what we want and where we're headed and what we desire. And this is not promoting an attitude of silence. It's promoting an attitude of being smart and looking at things and saying, okay, I have responsibilities. I have ways that I need to be moving forward. Let me see the steps that I can take. Let me see the power that is a part of me. It's also going to be our hearts are calling out where the people are taking and taking and taking, and where the people are giving and giving and giving. And it's going to be like, no. Things need to be balanced. Things need to be fair. It's going to be the people in our lives and even ourselves, the giving and the taking. It all needs to be balanced. It all needs to have this sense of harmony to it. And I like the progression here of the Six of Pentacles into the Seven of Pentacles, because it's like, okay, the balance needs to come, yes. But then we need to have patience for that balance to be cultivated, for us to move forward with it, for us to know where we're headed and what we're doing and why we're doing it, and the bigger picture of what we're going after. Everything we want, especially when it comes to the earthly realm, it can be with money, but it's not necessarily with money. But it is going to take time. And I would actually say with what we want in regards to wealth and prosperity, this is going to be a building stage. So we might find that it doesn't move forward as quickly as we want it to, or we might find that things get slowed down, or that we have to kind of recalibrate ourselves, give ourselves a rest, come back into harmony with who we are. And then that leads to the death and the rebirth, because we didn't see things the same, because we're looking at the minor arcana justice card, right? The sense of things having to be in balance. We having to be in balance with ourselves, us having to be in balance with the people around us. And then the patience that comes from saying, okay, I'm recalibrating this. I'm putting things back into order. And I'm embracing what I need, what I desire, what I long for, where I'm headed. And I know that it takes time because divinity is growing it. And then we start to see the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. But we also start to see that death doesn't hold back. We have a king lying here on the ground, the crown on the ground next to him. We have the small child kneeling. We have the woman fainting. We have the Pope beseeching. And then we have fear in the background over it all. The fear of what cannot be controlled. The fear of what we do not understand. This is a depiction of the moon star, the moon card. But we have here this sense of all is flux and nothing stays the same. Plato said it 400 years before the Common Era. So here there is a sense of there's more to meet the eye than we could ever know, than we could ever understand. Death, rebirth, and a regeneration of self and of soul is what we are about. The person that we were, and in our hearts, the person that we were is not the person that we are. We might feel ourselves growing in maturity, growing in understanding, saying, okay, this is realistic and that isn't, seeing what's important, what's intrinsically a part of our souls and ourselves, and what isn't a part of our souls or ourselves. The fact that we see things differently and the fact that we're called to change. That's going to be a very powerful transformation of the heart, but also what we love, what we desire, and where we need to be. it leads us then to the Lovers. It leads us to the Minor Arcana Lovers card. And this is then, we have in this row here, a row of 6s. So, you could say it's the number of the beast, but it's also the number of the conscious understanding, or the subconscious understanding of the conscious world. And it's a sense of stepping into the role of man. And that role of man is the role of the death card, the rebirth, the regeneration, the understanding, the sense that I will never stay the same, and I can never always be. And so there is a sense here of power through that understanding, and through that sense of power, beauty of self. And then it moves us with the Lovers to the Taoist statement that this and that is true. There are always going to be two ways of looking at everything. We see it with the Lovers because it is easy to see it in a relationship. You can say one thing, your partner will say another. You could be describing the same thing, and it always comes out just a little bit differently. So this and that is true. Everybody has their own opinions. But in love, as in life, we want love to be a part of our existence, a part of our life always. We want to bring the erotic back into the world, the sensual, the beautiful. Not the erotic in just the sense of sex, but the erotic in the sense of the discovery of life, the adventure of self, the passion, the brilliance, the opening up of the eyes. And there's a blessing that comes over that. There's a sense of knowledge coming forward, and it might be forbidden knowledge that we ourselves might think, oh, can I move forward this way? Like, is this okay? Is this going to elevate me, or is this going to knock me down? Knowledge that comes all at once from unknown places. It's like, oh my goodness, it hits us like a ton of bricks. There is a sense here that there is always a need for compromise. There is always a need for understanding. Is that going to be something we want to do? No, it's not. Is that going to be something needful to us? Yes, it is. It's bringing love back into our world. It's bringing love into ourselves. It's opening our understanding, and it's broadening our horizons. And it brings us then to the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. This love, this saying, love gets to be a part of my world. My adventure, which I am embracing, seeing differently than everybody else, gets to be colored in love. Whatever color that is for you, however you see that, that is how it moves forward. It's moving it forward. I always see things like when it's colored in love, like it's just like the colors are amplified a bit, or there's like this like halo of light around things that brings it to a more powerful place. And it brings us to the Sun. It brings us to happiness and joy and success. Now, because we're in the public arena and we have the sun shining, but whenever we have the sun shining within us, there's always the warning of people taking us by eyes, of people saying, why are you blessed and I'm not? Why are you happy and I'm struggling? So here we have to let the sun shine and not cow down to anybody, not say, oh, well, you know what, I apologize, I'm so sorry for this like innate beauty that's shining from me, I'm going to dim it down. No, it's like, this is me. I get to move forward in it. I get to embrace it. I get to understand it. I get to be empowered by it. And it moves us to looking at the poverty mentality that has held us back, that has kept things unfair in our lives and kept us from embracing a journey, embracing a way forward, saying, well, why not? Why not just try? Why not just go after it? So we have here the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is poverty. It is the poverty mentality. And why this is important is because some of us are raised with the poverty mentality. Some of us have it around what we're trying to create within the world. For some reason, there's a fear, or it might just not be time. And we think it is a lack. It's like, no, let things happen in divine timing, because there will be a celebration that comes forward. All right? But in that waiting, we can feel like the dawn will never come. The beauty will never be there. The prosperity will never be understood. The Five of Pentacles is also telling us we do have somebody that walks with us, even if that somebody is simply our angels and our spirit guides. It's a need to connect with the beauty, to connect with the love and understanding that is offered through the building, through a place of warmth. And it's also feeling like I deserve that. I deserve that place of warmth. I deserve that serenity. And it's changing the game, because it's changing the way that we see things. Now, we might be having a bit of a struggle, but also blessings coming in. So it can be very contradictory and aggravating that, okay, well, I'm having this beauty come in. I'm focusing on what I love. I'm focusing on what I love. I want from life and like in life. But it always seems like I can get so far and then I get knocked down. And this is looking at why. Why is it? For some of us, okay, and I found this very, very powerfully in my own life. When I'm on the wrong path, okay, or when I'm trying to be like everybody else, when I'm not embracing the fact that the hangman and the fool are parts of my existence, and I'm not embracing the lovers to go after love and beauty within my world, and I try to be like everybody else, that's the time when the poverty comes. That's the time when divinity says, no, that's not your blessing. Step back from it. Step back from it and embrace who you are. And by doing so, you might think, oh, well, this is silly, but it's not. This is who we are. Let it shine. Let your individuality shine forward. This isn't saying to, run away and join the circus. I mean, unless, you really feel that calling. This is saying to be responsible, be knowledgeable, and move forward in that power. It brings us then to the Empress. The Empress is prosperous. The Empress has everything she can need. She's crowned by the heavens. She's pregnant with possibilities. She has the water running at her feet and feeding the fields. There's wealth and there's prosperity and there's fullness to this. There's a sense of well-being. So once we face this, the Five of Pentacles, once we see it, we move forward into creation. Now either we create from a place of lack, which is never a good idea, or we create from a place of worthiness, from a place of transformation. And that's going to be the empowerment. It moves us now to see what exactly this Five of Pentacles is talking about. Show me more clearly the Five of Pentacles for Libra. Show me more clearly the Five of Pentacles for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, that makes sense. So what we start off with is where we started at the beginning of this whole journey. We start with the Fool. Now, what I love is the contrast between these cards, because both clearly taken from the Rider-Waite. This one is the Rider-Waite-Smith, and this one follows suit. But here, both are more solemn. The subconscious, the conscious, the understanding, the sun is more in alignment with them. The pack isn't hanging off, it's secured to the back. So there's a sense of more solemnity in the planning, more understanding in the road forward. It's not going to be as carefree as we started off here. So that's what the Five of Pentacles brings. It brings a knowledge of reason forward. And it has us looking at things in a very powerful way. And then it shows us the world. It's like the world is open to you. Are you willing to take it? And there's a part of us that's going to say, no, I'm not willing to take it. There's too much of a risk. There's too much of a gamble here. And there's a part of us that says, well, why not? And so the world opens up. But what's beautiful about the world is this is a man napping, right? Right after he's finished reading a fairy tale. The world is open to us through our mind, through our voice, through the words that we take in, and the words that start playing around in our heads, start guiding us forward. And it brings us to the Eight of Swords, because it's that place in our head where we feel, I can't, I'm trapped, I'm overwhelmed. But she's not even trapped by the swords. She could have just been told, you move anywhere, the swords will cut you. Why would you want to take that chance? What if she started moving backwards just a bit and ran into the swords? Because she's blindfolded, because she's not seeing. She's only going off of memory. She's only going off of hurts and pains and disappointments or fear. She won't move forward. And this is what we're being warned against. To go off of simply the fears, the doubts, the chaos, the angers, the upsets. It will stop us. The Eight of Swords is a trap of our own making. And we all know people who have lived their whole lives in the Eight of Swords. So it's saying here, that's not going to be me. I'm taking off the blindfold. I'm seeing, even if it's uncomfortable, even if I don't want to. Because it shows us the heartbreaks and the pains and the disappointments that have defined our world for too long. The Three of Swords is not owning the pain that defines us. You see, we're all works of art. And we're all... Okay, so human beings have this element of chaos to them, this element of human mistakes. It's mistakes. The reason why a painting done by a computer is not the same as a painting done by a person is that the painting done or the piece of art done by the computer, even the music, is perfect. It doesn't hold the element of soul. Every single soul is created through heartbreak and pain and disappointment. We have a perfect soul when we are born, but as we grow, even if we've lived a charmed life, we will have fallen down. We will have scraped our knees. We will have hurt or hungered at one moment or another. Maybe not for long, but for enough for us to realize what discomfort is, or even pain. The Three of Swords is looking at the pain that has made us, the pain that has defined us, the pain that has cultivated us. And it's not falling prey to it. It's not saying all my worth is gone because I have experienced this pain. It is saying, I see you. I own you. I am not defined by you. And I am moving forward despite of you. And so, what are we moving for and towards? Please define the Fool for Libra. Please define the Fool for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. It's the High Priestess. We're moving towards enlightenment, which is lovely, but it might not be what everybody is wanting. It's like we want to move towards wealth and power and prestige. But the High Priestess is seeing beyond the veil of people. It's seeing beyond the veil of our world. It's coming into alignment with the sacred throughout time and history. And it's being able to say, this is what's important to me. Even if others don't understand, they don't have to. This is our power. This is our blessing. This is our insight and our truth. And so that's what we're taking the leap towards. We're taking the leap towards this realization of spirit and soul that opens up our world. But more importantly, opens up our voice. And we're going to find that all that glitters isn't gold. And we're not going to be as easily impressed as we once were. And then let's see. Please define the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles for Libra. Please define the Seven of Pentacles for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Page of Earth. So the Seven of Pentacles, what we have to be patient about is the prosperity and the knowledge of the prosperity that is leading us forward. We are becoming a student. So it's kind of like we don't have all the information. It's like making a puzzle and not having all the pieces. So we need to be patient as we learn, as we develop, as we see things more insightfully, more powerfully, more instinctually, okay? Or also more connectedly, like how everything is intertwined. It leads us to our spirit animal message. Libra, May 1st to the 15th, 2021, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, I love that. They just flew right out. The Bee Spirit, which says sweet results await, and the Canary Spirit, which says sing your own song. Sweet results await as you sing your own song, Libra, as you are true to who you are and to the beauty that is a part of you. This leads us to our subconscious spirit animal message, which is the Sandpiper Spirit. It says, be playful. Here's the thing with being playful. It sounds so easy to say, oh, be playful, embrace joy and let it into our lives. We as human beings cannot be playful when we're super stressed out, when we're super overwhelmed. Being playful and letting play into our lives shows a level of security and shows a level of stability, or maybe even not stability, but security for that moment or stability for that moment. Having the ability to play is needed mentally for us. It heals us. It helps us. It makes us look younger, just to have that sense of play and that sense of ease of soul is so good for us. So to embrace that, it sounds so trite to say, oh, be playful, let play in. But it's such a big thing, and it's such an important thing for us. Our subconscious person message is the Prince of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity. To not get caught up simply in the money aspect of it is going to be important, because that's where one of our fears lie. We have that poverty mentality. And so the fear lies in the fact that I can't get out of my own head. I can't get over the hurts and the pains, or not over them, but be able to see them, understand them, name them, and own them, so that they no longer rule me. I rule them. And it's being able to say here, yes, I'm moving forward, but I'm moving forward towards a richness that maybe people don't always understand. And I'm moving forward towards a prosperity that is intrinsically a part of me. I'm opening up the door. The Prince of Pentacles is also a person who says, let's move forward this way. Just as we have the person saying with passion, let's move forward like this, we have the person with prosperity saying, let's move forward like this. We have to make sure it's right for us, not just that we're talked into it because it sounds good at the moment. The subconscious chakra message is creativity, the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is important because that's where our creative energy and our sexual energy is held. But it's also where the negativity from this life and from past lives are held. The traumas and the dramas. Which is not okay, because it's held in the same place that we want to creatively express ourselves. We want to sexually express ourselves. But because we have all this trauma there, it can make it very hard to open up that part of us, to move ourselves forward towards the erotic joy of living, of being. And so the sacral chakra, focusing on the area of creativity, to open ourselves up to the creative, to the wondrous, to the fanciful, is what opens us up to the world, right? That fantasy right there, to be imagined. It opens us to the world. And it's opening ourselves up here to that creative aspect of the world that empowers and invigorates. Now it moves us to our subconscious message when we had the Five of Pentacles defined. And that subconscious message is the King of Swords. Us as a king, a warrior, the warrior king, the person who does not take any, bull from anyone, who cuts through the doubts and the fears and embraces the knowledge and the understanding, who uses their mind, who understands their purpose, their place, and their reason for being. That's what we're embracing through the Five of Pentacles. That type of certainty overcomes poverty of all types. It brings us then to diving deeper and seeing what was brought forward. I believe we did this with the Death card. What is dying? No, with the Fool. What is coming forward? And it's the Tower. So the Fool brings forward the Enlightenment, the High Priestess, okay? The sense of the veil being lifted, seeing more clearly, seeing more concisely and precisely. And the Tower, subconsciously, we know something is ending. We know something is ending, and divinity has pushed us out of our comfort zone. Now, we're always pushed out of our comfort zone for a reason, whether we see it or we don't, or how long it takes us to realize it. That is a different story. So here with the Tower, we're looking at change. And we're also looking at the hurts and the pains that we have been through. And now we're reclaiming our life in a very real way. And it brings us then towards the subconscious message of the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. This is temperance, balance, patience, understanding, harmony. Sagittarius energy, right? But also the sense of, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's going to be important to have patience. Subconsciously, consciously we're being told patience. Subconsciously we're being told it more intensely. We have to have patience. Because what we're moving towards, we have here that sense of building prosperity, right? That Page of Pentacles. So what we're moving towards here, with our building, with our understanding, with our connecting of things, we have to embrace the patience that moves us forward. The sense that divine timing is really on our side during this time. Our subconscious tarot message is the Four of Cups. Divinity is handing us a gift. Will it seem like a gift at a time? No. Will it be something that we absolutely want? No, it won't. But divinity is handing us a gift. that is invaluable to who we are and to where we want to be. So instead of turning our back because it's not what we expected, it's looking at it and saying, how does this fit in to my world? And how is this guiding me forward? All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the world through the beauty of the stories that we tell ourselves, the stories that we let into our life, and the power of our dreams. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.